There we go.
Boom. All right, now we'll start. Okay. All right, so let's chat.
All right, great.
What did you guys think? I thought about the race. I don't think it was like a banger of a race. I still thought it was good. Like it's definitely something that I could stay up and watch, which I did, and not fall asleep halfway through. Like France 2019.
It was definitely better than Spa.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think?
It wasn't great. We had some better races this season.
100%, definitely. But I still thought it was good.
Yeah, it was. I still wanted to watch it. Like I was.
Yeah.
Because especially if like the track actually dried, then I was like, oh, what if there's some pits going on there? I actually wanted to like see it until the end.
Yeah, we'll just see what happens. 100%. The one thing I have to say though, interslicks are back. So the intermediate tires that turn to slicks. Like it seems like it's only in Turkey. That's a viable strategy.
That's funny.
Into slicks.
I guess it really depends from how much it rains and stuff. From the
sure. Like I find it hilarious that 2 years in a row Turkey's back and it's like into slicks and then into slicks. It's like, okay, fine. But Ocon went the whole race without pitting.
Yeah. Did you see like the afterwards the camera? There's literally like
there's like a hole in the wheel, a hole in the tire. Like did you see it, mate?
No, I did not see that. Let me look that up.
Yeah, have a look. But basically, I'll describe it. So essentially, you can think of the intermediate tire, so it has the grooves in it, and then the quote unquote interslick tires where it has that slick patch in the middle because the grooves are just gone, and then it's like a ultra hyper soft tire. Well, Ocon's tire was like that, but like there was a massive chunk missing in it.
Yeah,
I think he posted something on social media like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe like one lap and a big crashing or something. It's like crazy. Like imagine the vibrations on that tire.
I wonder why you're allowed to go the full race without pitting on wet tires because it sounds like a risk.
Yeah, it does. I never even thought about that. So obviously in dries you got to have 2 compounds.
Yeah,
and I think in 2016 you have to have. No, that was 2 pit stops, not 3 compounds. Anyway, but it's interesting.
Put like
you don't have to pit
one pit stop,
wet.
One compulsory pit stop, and even if you want, you can use the same compound twice. But at least a pit stop, I think.
I think that okay. I thought maybe they'd mandate at least 1 pit stop, but I can definitely see how you don't have to use 2 different compounds because there's obviously 2 compounds of wet tires.
If it's raining, if it's raining, you might not want to go to slicks, and you might not want to go to full wet. So
fair point. All right, okay. Well, let's start from the beginning, and I'll start with our mate Ricciardo's engine penalty. So he qualified pretty poor. I think 16th, right?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yes, he did. Yeah, 16th.
He was out Q1, poor bastard, and then took an engine penalty, and then where did he finish? I think he finished 11th. I'm just having a look. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. 11th.
No, 13th.
No, 13th.
13th.
So he gained 7 positions. Not bad.
Yeah, true. And no one DNF'd, so fair enough.
Yeah.
But I guess he is in a faster car. I think I would have expected him to beat the Alfa Romeos. Maybe. Anyway, we'll talk about that later on. But I guess it was a good idea to take an engine penalty if you're starting 16th. So hopefully that helps him out later.
Very interesting how George Russell was doing very good a couple of races ago, and then he just went back
dropped off. Where did you finish? 15th. Okay.
15th. Yeah, after Ricciardo and after Tsunoda.
I feel like Williams are developing that car ever so slightly, and or maybe they just really understand it very well now because it's like FW43B, so like the second year of it.
Yeah.
That maybe they're super familiar and know how to set it up very well, perhaps. But I guess they were doing pretty well and haven't done so well now. But I mean, like they're 8th, no matter what in the championship, they've got like 20 points or something. That's like what?
That's more than the past years. So
it's more than like. I think the last time they're more than 2019 and 20. Obviously, I think they were both 0, and then 2021, 2018. I don't remember how many points they got, but okay, cool.
Also. Yeah, and then from next year we're gonna see what's gonna happen. So maybe
point.
Mercedes will change. Maybe Williams will be on top and Mercedes will be at the bottom.
Alfa
Who
Romeo.
knows? Alfa Romeo will be where?
Maybe. Probably.
Bottas World Drivers Championship
Yeah,
next year?
no, that's this year, mate. That's this year.
Yeah,
Verstappen
of
and
course.
Hamilton are DNFing for the next 6 races. Didn't you hear the memo? No.
Yeah.
I think McLaren and Ferrari are both going to be fantastic next year. I don't know about Mercedes and Red Bull. Probably, but I don't know. But I think McLaren, Ferrari, probably Alpine as well. They're probably all going to be like on top next year, and that's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
I guess that's my like real big mistake. I get like, well, I'm gonna regret those words, but like there isn't necessarily like a massive formula change coming. Like 2022 is yes, it's is evolution in terms of like engine regs. It's not
Okay.
really.
Yeah.
It's not really like a major change. Whereas like the changes when it came like 24.
Keep going.
Like well, at least in my head, like when it came like the shift from 2013 to 2014 was 20 was
13 to 14 with the turbo hybrids. Yeah, fair
that
point.
was significant enough to like cause enough issues for like teams that didn't start early enough.
True, and we saw that Mercedes dominated that, but that was engine regulations. Where this is a whole different aerodynamic philosophy.
That's true. Yeah,
this is ground effect cars, different wakes off the car, and what's it called? Dirty air. That's it. Dirty air. The whole
and there's
philosophy.
also a budget restriction now. So Mercedes and Ferrari are not just gonna take off, and this is gonna be quality over quantity.
That's exactly
at this
right.
point.
Exactly. So you need the best quality team.
So maybe Haas will be on top. Who knows?
I don't mean that. I hope Haas are good. Back in 2018, they were good.
They were great, and then they lost the sponsorship
when they had a clone of the
Rich Energy, and that was
oh jeez, that's a whole other can of worms. Yeah, now Haas were good in 2018 when they had the clone of the Ferrari SF71H. That was good. Anyway, I want to say though. So getting back to the race. So obviously we had damp conditions to start, and it kind of like stayed like that for the whole race. Fair enough, whatever. But it was really cool to see people there. I remember watching the pre-race, and I saw the national anthem, and the Turkish people just went like crazy after it. I was like, "Yeah, this is exciting!" And then, like even after the race, I was watching Sky's commentary, Ted's Notebook, and Valtteri Bottas was taking photos with his team, and there were people still there cheering him. I was like, yeah, this is good. I like Turkey.
Yeah. Well, Valtteri hasn't won anything this year. This was his first win, so
very
good for him.
But it was just so cool to see people around it. I felt like the atmosphere was better. Like last year, it was a fantastic race, but I felt like there was something missing with the emotion of the people there. And I think this year it's made it a little better. Although I don't think the race was anywhere near as good as last year, as I'm sure you guys would agree.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. All right. Anyone else want to talk about anything before we talk about the start?
So, do you think that Bottas is going to win more races by the end of the year?
Oof. Good conversation. Good conversation.
Because there's what 4, 1, 2, 3, 4,
6 races,
5 races. 5.
6.
No.
Austin, 1, Mexico, Brazil, Qatar,
Saudi Arabia,
Saudi, Abu Dhabi.
Oh, it doesn't say Qatar yet.
Okay. Yeah, that's been added.
Maybe they haven't added it yet. Yeah.
Okay.
I want.
Yes.
That's an interesting one. Like I think. Look, I think I sent Antonio a message about this yesterday, like very early on in the race, and like my thinking was that if for some reason he managed to get past Verstappen that race, there's no chance that like if
Hamilton got past Verstappen,
if Hamilton got past Verstappen somehow, that there was no chance Mercedes wouldn't be swapping.
Yeah, for sure.
The two drivers, because it's 3 point. Like at this point, considering how close the drivers' championship is.
It's extra 7 points. Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they throw Bottas to the wolves, like at any given point, just to get more points.
Well, they already have kind of. And Bottas, I think, is a great team player. It's like that. I think he did military service. It's like that military personality. Like you're there for the team. Like, yes, you've got your ego and your selfishness, but you put that aside and you get the job done for the team, which I like. And yeah, I think he's that type of personality. That being said, like if you want, I don't know, it's tricky. But yeah, look, unless he's out front and Hamilton is far back, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I hope he gets to win some more races. I hope that wasn't his last win at Mercedes or, dare I say, throughout his career. I don't think it'll be his career, but his last race. But time will tell. We've got 6 races to go, and I'm so excited. I'm so happy I'm getting up like at 11 p.m. midnight and watching these races Sunday night, Monday morning. It's killing me, but it's great.
And what about the Constructor Championship? They are 36 points apart, Mercedes and Red Bull.
36, isn't it? I think Mercedes definitely have it. I think Bottas is better than Perez at the moment. And that's obviously just because Bottas has been in the car for longer and knows the team better. And it seems like the Red Bull's the hardest car on the grid to drive.
100%.
So I think Mercedes definitely have the constructors, which I think Hamilton and Bottas will, but more Bottas as well, be very happy about. Oh, Hamilton too. So he's built that team as well. But we'll see. Hopefully it goes all the way to Abu Dhabi and it's decided in Abu Dhabi. That'd be super exciting.
I don't think my heart can take that though. I don't.
No, don't say that. It can. I promise you, it can. It could go down to the last lap, to the last corner, like Hamilton in 2008. Is that Glock?
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, that'll be so horrible.
No. Yeah,
like could you imagine like Red Bull's like, oh, you won it, and then they're like, oh, is that I don't know.
Is that Hulkenberg?
No, it's that Mazepin. Is that Mazepin?
Poor Mazepin. He's overtaking. He's getting a point. No,
he's actually been doing fairly well lately.
Yeah, at the start, all right. Yeah,
at the start of the season, he was like a minute behind Mick.
Yeah,
but now he's usually in front.
Well, look, no secret that his father now is probably going to own the team. So he's probably in like Stroll and Latifi. I don't know. Latifi's doing well too. But he's improved. He's good. You know, I mean, some things he's done are questionable. But hey, look, you live and you move on. It is what it is. As long as you make peace with it. Yeah, I don't want to talk about this. Let's move on. Unless you guys want to talk about it. All right, I guess that's a sign to move on.
Yeah.
All right. Dude, I don't know if you know, but Fernando Alonso loves the outside in a turn one. I'm thinking Singapore 2017 when he got crushed, when Ferraris came together and it was raining, he went on the outside. There are a few other times, I just can't remember them at the moment, but he loves that outside. And he got spun around and his race was destroyed. Poor bastard.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
Where did he finish?
He finished 16th, behind George Russell.
What are the timings on that?
I don't know. It says +1 lap, so I don't know what the timing is. But, yeah, that was unlucky. He did hit Schumacher. He did hit Mick Schumacher, which destroyed Mick Schumacher's amazing qualifying into Q2. Oh, still can't believe it. But, yeah, that wasn't great. Do you think... Here's what I want to touch on. I think Alonso's penalty may have been justified because it was kind of a bit dodgy. Do you think Gasly's penalty was justified?
No, honestly.
No. I don't...
What? We all agree?
Yeah.
I think a lot of I've been looking at like there's a lot of crap being thrown at the FIA about that. Even Alonso came out and said that Gasly said shouldn't have gotten a penalty. That it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I
didn't hear that, but makes sense.
Because where was he supposed to go? Exactly. And it's also, but where's the consistency? The same stewards that were at the Styrian GP are the same stewards that are at this GP, and yet the same things happen. And what did they say a few races ago? Oh, we're not going to take into consideration first up incidents or something. And now
Or
How
first
did I-
laps,
what?
penalty. You get one. You get one. You get one. Yeah, fair
this sounds
point.
like in 2019 when Verstappen and Leclerc were fighting in Austria, and they touched,
Yes.
and no penalty was given. And then in
Yes.
Canada, a couple of weeks later, Vettel and Hamilton didn't touch, and
Yeah,
Vettel still
Hamilton's
got
only
the
won
penalty.
99 races.
Yeah, agree.
No.
Well, like
No,
even
I
like
agree.
someone made the point. Someone made the point that if Gasly should have gotten 5 seconds for that, right? That Bottas should have gone like black flag from like Hungary, like, but he shouldn't have like.
Oh
had-
yeah, yeah.
Like he took out how many cars?
Oh,
with
he
his
was
actions?
out though. Did he? Like his car was out,
Yeah,
Bottas,
but I think what they were trying to make the point
like a
is that,
race
like,
ban. Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
like, but the thing is that it's not like it's not equivalent like
yeah,
punishment. If that makes
punishments.
sense. Yeah, like,
Mind you, how many? I don't remember what good place he got, but yeah. But I do agree with you when you were talking about Canada 2019, where Vettel gets the penalty, and after that, the backlash, like Austria, there's no penalty. Italy, when Leclerc and Hamilton were fighting, no penalty, black and white flag. But now it seems like penalties are coming back, like consistency. And I thought lap 1 was like tough.
yeah.
And Checo Perez was on the inside, Gasly was there, and then Alonso with his audacious attempt on the outside put himself in an audacious position where he could have been gone. And guess what? It happened. Tough. He didn't try it. I don't think. Anyway, whatever. We're not.
Yeah, and that really cost him as well because he finished 2.5 seconds behind Hamilton.
Yeah.
So he could have gained a position at the end.
Fifth, fourth. I remember hearing. Yeah, I think it was only 10 seconds behind fourth or third even. Hold on.
Yeah, third.
Yeah, 11 seconds behind third. So he could have made the podium.
Yeah, and he had decent pace. Like,
Well, it was 5 seconds, so maybe not.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Maybe, all right. Sorry.
Yeah, it's 6 extra seconds. But yeah, definitely a position, maybe even Charles Leclerc, maybe. But
yeah, fair point. Anyway, whatever. See Alonso. Another thing that I noticed. So Alonso in his team radio goes, "What a stupid guy, Gasly." I think is. You remember back in the day where he would just say terrible stuff on the radio, like such mean stuff. Like I think 2017 Palmer. What Palmer is doing, he cut the chicane. Karma. And where's Palmer's retired? Karma. I love it. Oh, he's such a character. But I hope we get to hear more of his radio like that. Because I think it's it's terrible, but I think it's hilarious. It's so funny.
He's just got no filter. Like, well, the fact that I still can't get over the fact that he was shitting on the Honda. Like, yes, that Honda engine was a piece of crap, but at the same time, you don't go to the home race and be like, oh, let me just broadcast.
Engine feels good, much slower than before.
Kim is the same, just shitting on his team constantly. It's like, oh, connect the drink is the easiest part of the car. Like, how can you not connect it?
Yeah, even Kimmy, just how can you not fix the drink? Like, how can you not connect it? What's going on with you?
Yeah. That was very funny.
I think my favorite Kimmy radio was do you remember when Paul Dresta did the Williams race?
Oh yes, 2017 Hungary. Yes.
He's like, you should stick to the commentary.
What is this banana doing? Stay in the commentary if you can't drive. Oh, it's gold. I love it. Leave me alone. He knows what he's doing. All right.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Yuki Tsunoda.
What?
He put up some good defense against Hamilton, I think, for 7 laps, and then fell off the face of the earth. But anyway, yeah, I thought he did. I thought he did some good stuff. Anything to add? I don't have anything to add, but yeah, I thought
he had an interesting comment. I think I found it somewhere.
I didn't hear his comment. What did he say?
His comment was that essentially he wants he tried his best to keep Hamilton at bay because he wants Max to win because this is the last year of Honda.
Wow. Wow. All right, fair enough. I mean, he got there because of Honda, I guess, and his talent, but Honda big backing. So okay, playing his cards right. Yeah, he's smarter than we think.
Exactly.
However, he's kind of doing the opposite of Mazepin because Mazepin was very bad at the start of the season and then he got better. Yuki is doing the opposite. He was very good at the start, and now it's dropping behind Gasly. Or maybe Gasly is doing way better, but
I think Gasly's just insane in that car, and Yuki Tsunoda needs to pick it up a little bit. But hey, what can I say? The guy's like born in the 2000s, right? Like he's young. So fair enough, but just I don't know. Maybe he's. Also, I don't know. I've never driven a car like that. I can't imagine driving a car like that. So I look from an outsider perspective. You can do better, probably, but I have no idea what he's doing. I don't have no idea what his team relationship is. It doesn't seem like it's super productive when he's swearing at his engineer, like, "Be quiet, yeah." So I don't think that's super productive. But hey, Kimi did that for a bit, and look where he is.
Yeah,
world champion.
Yeah.
Oh, mind you, probably not that bad, but yeah. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So anything else about Yuki, or should we move on?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, McLaren were nowhere, to say the least.
Yeah.
But I think I remember hearing that the medium to high-speed corners are pretty detrimental to their car, which honestly doesn't make much sense because their car's super aerodynamically efficient. So I thought medium high-speed corners would be all right.
I think that the McLaren is actually much better in the straight line than cornering. Like Mercedes and Ferrari. And then there's Red Bulls, for example, that are way better in corners than straight line.
Maybe because of their straight line efficiency, it has a negative impact on their corner performance, especially in high-speed corners.
Oh, it's always like that. You need to optimize the car for either speed or cornering speed.
Yeah, and I believe their philosophy is focused on low aero. If I remember correctly, it's not definitely anything close to the philosophy that say that Red Bull has. It's not. Red Bull's always been somewhat of a high downforce team, where that's why they've always done well at places like Monaco.
Yeah.
Whereas
Mercedes, McLaren, etc.
Their philosophies are always low drag and pretty low downforce. That's why they did so well at Monza.
True, fair point. Well, they got a 1-2. Yeah, it was just interesting. I thought they'd be a little bit better. They'd optimise the car a bit better, but clearly not. Oh well, Norris finished 7th, Ricciardo 13th. We'll come to that later on when we rate the drive.
I wonder if this philosophy is going to change next year with the regulation.
Good call, mate. Good call. I don't know. Do you think? Because I feel like it might be an inherent trait within the team on how they have a philosophy to design the car. That being said, it's a whole new set of rules, so it could be slightly different. But because each team has their interpretation of the rules, it could follow that same concept.
But the cars, they're not going to be able to tweak the cars as much. So they're going to be way more similar. So I wonder if there's going to be a clear winner, like one side or the other is going to be clearly much better.
I guess we'll find out.
And you have to consider how much you have a point in how philosophies might change, because we're going to get substantially bigger tires, and those bigger tires
true wheels.
Yeah, well, tires and wheels, but yes. But I think, who knows? It seems like teams are already kind of not. I've seen some interesting comments from teams about wheels, the effect that they're going to have on aero. So it should be interesting.
It will be definitely very interesting. Well, they will have wheel covers now as well, so that's interesting too. Yeah, we'll see what happens. What about when Daniel pitted at the beginning? Because as soon as I heard that, and I heard him say, I could go faster, I thought, I don't know. Yeah. Remembering last year, the interslick seemed pretty good, and I don't think it's going to happen. And I don't think it did happen. I don't think it was faster. I think that wasn't a great call by McLaren.
Yeah.
Not a great call. Anyway. Well, in Russia, they probably could have
gave it a go. They gave it a go.
Yeah, I guess. Look, he wasn't making progressions. They gave him a go, and it didn't work. I guess fair enough. Same with Vettel when they put him on the medium tires, and I think it was from hearing correctly. I think it was he executed the decision. He said, "Yes, let's do it," rather than the team say, "Yeah, let's try it." which
I was listening to, I think if I remember correctly, it was Seb's radio. And apparently, from what I remember, it was something like it seems like a joint decision, like something that they're both responsible
no
for.
doubt,
Because I think his engineer came on and said the weather seems to be like drying out. Do you want to try like the hard or the soft? And he went medium.
That went the hard or the soft.
We got nothing in
But he
between.
went me. Okay. All right. Now, okay. I got it. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I guess it was good to see if it worked.
Well, they had nothing to lose. Like, what were they going to gain?
It's a gamble at that point.
Exactly.
Either
Give it a
go
go.
really
See what
well
happens.
or
Where did he finish?
Anyway,
he finished 18th. So behind everyone except the Haas cars. Hey, he was down there
out of
anyway.
The points anyway when he did pit, didn't he?
Might as well give it a go.
Yeah.
So I commend him for trying something, Vettel. So good for him. All right.
Hamilton got screwed over with pit stops.
Oh yeah. Do you think they should have left him out?
No.
Nah.
Honestly,
look at Ocon's
fair
tire.
enough. I agree. We all agree. He definitely should have boxed.
I think
which
they
he
should have
did,
boxed earlier.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think
probably
he wouldn't have lost his position as
earlier.
much, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they committed to it, the team, like, no, you need to come in, trust us. Yeah. That being said, like, he was still doing well when he was on his interslick tires from the start of the race. So
that's true. But
and
like,
Ocon showed that you could go the whole race on them, but obviously,
but consider
probably
how
not to the
bad
same extent of pushing. So
like, consider how bad those tires were, right? Like, Ocon's not in a championship battle. Like, if he blows up, if his tires blow out and he spins out,
I mean, it's bad, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
with Hamilton, it's
Hamilton,
it's game over.
Yeah.
Well, no, with
his
luck, he'll probably, like, I don't know, Verstappen will, like, I don't know, eject himself out of the car next race or something. I don't know.
Just like a fighter jet cockpit, fully eject. Yeah. No, fair enough. Yeah, I guess so. But no, it was good to pit Hamilton. It was good, and also when he got blocked by Mazepin, I don't think that was good. I think it was like lap 35 or something like that. Probably lap. Yeah, I think it was around lap 35 where blue flag for Mazepin, and he didn't let him through. He blocked him. I don't know. I've noticed that that's happened a lot with the Haas. Both, probably more Mazepin, but also Schumacher as well. So maybe that's an inherent issue with Haas. And I know Mazepin did have a different communications engineer, or like I don't know what type of engineer they are. Like the engineer that speaks to the driver. I don't know what their term is called. But anyway, yeah, I know he had a different engineer, so perhaps communications are a bit dodgy and they weren't succinct as well. So could have happened. But yeah, it wasn't great. It doesn't help his reputation.
Yeah.
Oh well. What can you do?
What do you think about Perez in Monza when he cut the corner once and then he did it again during the race?
Yeah.
Do you
in
think
Monza,
that
he should have got a penalty?
Yeah, he got the penalty in the sprint race.
Yeah.
And then he got another penalty
in the actual
race for exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, exactly. How do you not learn from a mistake that you did the day before?
Yeah.
Like,
you shouldn't have done it. It's like when Yuki was in Austria and like he cut the pit lane once, got a penalty, and he did it again.
Oh, yeah.
And he got a penalty.
Yeah, exactly.
You do the same mistake twice, you're going to get the penalty. Like, yeah, I agree. So do you bring that up because you want to talk about when Hamilton and Perez were battling and he went through the pit lane?
No, I brought that up because we were talking about Mazepin and Haas doing the same mistakes over and over. And
fair enough. Yeah, so should they have gotten a penalty?
Yeah, I guess.
That's a fair point. I never.
Well, the thing is, like, where could how much worse can your day get than being one lap down and also being in the slowest cars on the second? Like,
fair call. Like, yes.
Like, giving them 5 seconds is going to do what? Like, it's going to achieve them nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a fair call.
If anything, they should be finding
down.
Yeah, I guess maybe like find the team. Like maybe that will like change something. But finding the drivers is not going to do anything because they're like, well, great, I'm just 5 seconds down from where I was, which is 1 lap and 5 seconds slow. Like, oh.
Yeah, look, fair point. But I do want to talk about Perez's battle with Hamilton. That was pretty spicy. Good on him. That was good. And I'm glad he didn't get a penalty for like crossing the ball out of the pit lane. That being said, he did technically go off the track. He did, but he didn't maintain his position. He just kept with it. So I don't think he really gained an advantage. So I think that's a fair call.
But the regulations say that that's fine, apparently. So
going in the pit lane then coming out, like
as long as
because Hamilton did that in 2000. Sorry to cut you off, mate. Hamilton did that in 2018 at Germany, Hockenheim. You know, the in call. Yeah, because
I think he got penalised for that.
And it was fine. No, he wasn't. He wasn't penalised. No,
even if he got across the grass,
he was I remember he was penalised in 2019 when it was like, you know, Germany 2019, the best race of that season, and the wing came off, and then he went into the pit after the bollard, and then he got penalised. Which was silly because he couldn't go around with a missing front wing in rain, so he had to. So you should have had common sense, but I get why he did. Yeah, but
but still, it's a calculation that they do. Is probably like, okay, we're gonna get penalized 5 seconds. Easy work going around without a front wing, and like, is that gonna cost us more time, or is it gonna be better to get the penalty? And
100%, absolutely agree. Yeah, and it was 100% better to just take the penalty. For sure. Agreed. So, yeah, I think the battle between Perez and Hamilton was great. That was really cool.
It was nice.
What did I want to say? Oh, Ferrari. I think Ferrari have an inherent problem with their car, and I think it's tyre warm-up. I noticed that in Monza, they couldn't get their tyres going. And also in this race, when Leclerc pitted, and then all of a sudden had no grip. They got overtaken by, or who did he got overtaken by? Like by Perez, because I'm pretty sure he pitted and came out in front of Perez and got overtaken pretty easily.
Wasn't it also Max? Yeah, Max overtaken.
Maybe it was Verstappen as well, yeah.
Verstappen and then Perez as well.
Both overtook him when he pitted. I can't remember. But yeah, I think that Ferrari has an inherent problem with tyre warm-up. Just a thought I thought I'd throw out there into the ether.
Yeah.
Ether doesn't exist, but anyway. Physics, high school physics 101. Yeah, it's cool. But last thing, I guess, we have to talk about him. Like the man of the race from 19th. Mr. Carlos Sainz.
That was pretty good.
What a race, mate. What a race. From P19 to P8.
I didn't realize.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yes.
Leave the call. You're not coming back. Leave the call.
Well, I think he did pretty well.
Like those first laps, he was just like every lap he'd overtake someone. It felt like it was brilliant. What a drive! Like, Sainz.
I think the commentators made a point during the broadcast that they both started like dead last essentially, like Ricardo and Sainz, and like
Ricardo couldn't make progression in his car.
Yeah, and like Sainz was up to like I think like P11 by the time, or like somewhere up there by the time like Ricardo was still like languishing like P18 or something. It was like okay.
Yeah, he was like P11. It's like, okay, hello there. Just engage like, I don't know, an extra 1,000 horsepower and just overtake everyone.
That new engine doing wonders.
Yeah, it would seem like it. That was great. Like Carlos Sainz gets 10 out of 10 for me. That was awesome. And I guess that's a good segue, unless you guys want to talk about anything else that you have. Just rate the drivers.
Well, one more thing. How about Mercedes? How much speed Mercedes had this weekend? Like Hamilton had high downforce, and he was pretty much beating most people on the track this weekend.
My only thing that I'd say to that is that we expect the Mercedes and Red Bulls, because they're a slight step ahead of the midfield, to overtake everyone. but we never got to see
true.
Hamilton overtake a Red Bull or his teammate.
Yeah, but consider that he did that quali lap on a high downforce setup, whilst
Fair point.
Red Bull
Didn't think of that. Yeah,
Red
true.
Bull did like their setup was fairly low downforce.
Mm-hmm.
Like
true. Same with Bottas, as I remember, lower downforce.
So who obviously there are people say that there are Merc tracks and Red Bull tracks, but if that is some sort of indication that there has been better development of Mercedes for going for the future races, it should be interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Fair enough.
Who knows?
I still don't know if they're both developing the car. They're just really understanding exactly how it works because they've had a year with it, and now they've chopped a bit of downforce on it, and have still got the inherent same car.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we move on?
Sure. Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I was thinking about Lewis Hamilton, and
Tell us.
He's been doing not great in the past couple of races. Like, sure, he won Russia, and this last race he went from 11th to 5th. However, I feel like he could have done more, especially in Russia, because
you think he could have been better?
Yeah, because even in Russia, like, sure, he won, but if Norris didn't screw up, he would have been second. Like, he had no way that there was no way he would have caught him. And here he only gained like 6 places compared to like Sainz that sure, Sainz was going through the midfield and stuff, but he's in a Ferrari. So like, I don't know.
You think he could have done better?
Yeah, I feel like he's not gonna be able to win this season just because he's dropping down slowly, unless something changes. The way it's going, the what we've seen in the past couple of races, I think it's just slowly dropping down.
That's really interesting. Didn't think of that.
Yeah,
he did win Russia.
Yeah, but if Lando didn't screw up, he wouldn't have. And he started what, third?
Yeah,
in Russia.
Fair point. Maybe Hamilton needs to find that extra gear and step up.
Maybe.
Which I'm sure he will. Like, he's Lewis Hamilton. But
yeah, he has a tendency to do a few shitty races and then come back from some weird, I don't know where, where he pulls out that speed. But
yeah, he just comes out of nowhere. It's just amazing.
That being said, I think there seems to be an air around the whole. I think there have been a few drivers that have made the comment that it'd be nice to have a change of pace, essentially, without directly saying that they want Max to it.
We want Max to win.
Yeah,
we don't want Lewis to win again. He wins every year.
Yeah, pretty
except for Explosion in the background, 2016. Too much winning. Fair enough. We'll see hey, look, we've got 6 races to go. I reckon every single race is going to be extremely tight, which I'm so looking forward to because we haven't had a title fight like this since 2016, which was still not the same because it's both in the same car. I think 2012 was really the last time we had a massive battle. I think that was probably better because there was more drivers in the mix instead of just Alonso. I kind of was just Alonso and Vettel. But yeah, bring it on.
So who do you think is going to win?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. They're both, Verstappen and Hamilton are both on fire. And I said Verstappen first, not because I think he's going to win, and not because I think he's going to lose. I don't know. I thought, I don't know. I really don't. And that really excites me because it's like, yes, we have no idea who's actually going to take it. It's like the battle is there, and it makes me captivated to watch every single race, and I love it. And it brings in more fans, and it's great.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess obviously you know this, but Antonio knows this, but I secretly do want a change of pace. It's, and also people say records are meant to be broken, but it feels somewhat wrong that record of like seven seven would be broken if Hamilton wins this year. In my head, at least. That I don't know.
Okay, fair
Because the
call.
thing is, like, there's already comparisons with like who's the GOAT, right? But the thing is that you can't compare drivers over
Different
eras.
seasons.
Like, because the thing is, the competition is different, the cars are different. It's just silly.
The whole philosophy of just who the people are is different. It's a whole different, like compare a person from the 1980s, 1990s, like Ayrton Senna, Alan Prost, to now.
Yeah,
it's a completely different game. The whole world's moved on.
Yeah, so you can't say who's better than another person, but yeah, like I think if it were to become 8, it would just become like a definitive point where they'd be like, well, he has 8, he has 7. Like this one's statistically better than the other. Yeah, I don't know.
It does look. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy either way. It's going to be a phenomenal ending to this season, and
that's true. Yeah,
I can wait. I want to savor it as long as I can, but it's good.
What do you think, Andrea?
I think that it's gonna be Verstappen, just because of what we've seen in the past couple of races. Even Russia, like he went from 20 to second.
True. That being said, the rain did help him significantly. Like otherwise, I think he was finishing like 6th or 7th or 5th, 6th or 7th, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, fair enough. But I think it's like right now in the past few races, he's doing way better than Hamilton. So if like we don't have many races left to go, so if he keeps this up, then I think that Verstappen really has a shot here.
Think so too. We'll find out. 6 to go. 6 so exciting. Sorry. All right, moving on then. Segue. What do you want to rate Hamilton? So out of 10. And generally, what we do is 10 is like very rare. Like it's like a grand slam. So like pole, fastest lap, lead every lap.
Okay.
We don't do in between scores because it complicates things. 9 is like probably what Valtteri Bottas will get. And then a 1 is just like we would never give a 1 really. Like the lowest probably give is like a 3. A 1 is like you've been black flagged because you've taken out half the grid. You've torpedoed everyone. Yeah.
What about DNFs? Do you count them?
Then we look at qualifying. So essentially take it the whole weekend. So where'd you qualify? How your race went. That's the best thing. Obviously, don't worry about free practice. That's how did you go in practice? If it was free practice, Bottas would get 10 every week. He always tops free practice, it seems like. Although Hamilton topped it this week. So anyway, I think Hamilton gets look, he did pretty well. Started from 11th, ended up 5th. That's not bad. Showed some good performances, especially on the intersect tire. I think he can get a 7. I think it's a good performance.
I was thinking exactly the same.
Yeah, like I think it was a good performance, not a great performance, and we expect great performances from a person like Hamilton.
That's the thing, 100%. And then now I'm going to rate Norris later as well, and it's like you expect great, but it's also the car. But the Mercedes car was the best, and Valtteri Bottas showed that because he won, which means he gets a 9 from me. So what do you guys think about Bottas?
Yeah, I think it was obviously you can't give him a 10, but I think
can we? Because he did qualify. What was the gap in qualifying? Hold on.
His gap was about
10th. 10.
Yeah, about a 10.
10th.
Yeah, it was a 10th. Just over a 10. 10th and a half.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know. Like
I don't know as well. I think it's a 9.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say 8, honestly.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because
interesting.
Yeah, he was close, and yeah, oh no, actually no, fair enough, 9, because he has a massive gap to Verstappen during the race, so it wasn't close at the
he did top. He did maintain a consistent gap, and it was like 2, 3, 4 seconds, so that was pretty good. But something told me that Verstappen was just like, I'm just going to cruise here. I'm not going to take any chances. I'm not going to get in your wake because I'm going to get more points and I'm going to lead the championship. I have a feeling that was the mindset going in. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know but he is like pretty aggressive and wants to win every race. So
Yeah.
And he's really good on reins, so I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe he could have won if he tried harder.
yeah, he's pretty great in the rain. Brazil 2016. So yeah. Oh, speaking of Verstappen, what do you want to give him? I think it's a solid 8 at least.
Is it? Is it
He
really?
qualified third. He was like a couple of tenths off Hamilton. Came second. Started second. Came second. Did pretty good.
Yeah, but like the thing
Did
is,
his job.
right?
Did his job. Didn't do anything fantastic, which doesn't constitute a 9 or a 10. Like, didn't win the race, but he did everything he needed to. He's increased the championship.
Yeah, and I guess.
Anyway.
Yeah, and I guess if you said 7, that would put him in the same category as Lewis's performance. So yeah,
I think it's an 8.
Yeah, okay. I can live with that.
But Hamilton did come back and probably could have done a bit better.
I don't know. I don't think so. It
7 or
like
8. Andrea, you decide. 7 or 8.
I think. So for Verstappen, I think 8. Yeah,
8?
I think that what we said before is fine. 8 for Verstappen and 7 for Hamilton, because I think that Hamilton could have done better during the race. Obviously, he did great in quali. He was forced.
Yep.
I think he could have done way better during the race, but also Verstappen could have. Like, he was second. He only had to overtake Bottas. So
I think another reason I'm going to give him an 8 is because of the maturity he showed to stay. Okay, look, I could win this race and probably risk DNFing, or I can stay a couple of seconds behind Bottas. If he makes a mistake, I win. If he doesn't, I come second, and that's like fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's probably the way to go. All right, Checo Perez came third. Great battle. I think it's the same as Verstappen. I think it's an 8. I think it did pretty good. Or where did he qualify, actually? Because he doesn't qualify.
He qualified 5th.
That is 7th.
7.
Yeah, but he's never really qualified that well before, has he? He's never been a great qualifier, from my understanding. He's always great on tyres and great in the race.
So he qualified 7th. However, he had Alonso in front of him, which was a free position right at the start.
Yep.
And then
Gasly and Leclerc.
Which Leclerc is in a Ferrari. So,
but the Ferrari seemed pretty decent this weekend. Look at Sainz.
Yeah,
and I think Gasly's just great as well.
Leclerc lost his position due to like strategy calls. So like in that sense, I don't know if it's like a truly one position, if that makes sense. Like,
okay. So 8. I'm thinking 8 or 7.
I think he did a good job, but like I think he. Well, can you say he could have done better? Like,
yep, he could have qualified better, and then probably could have been right. He was right up with Max, or maybe even taken Max, but it wouldn't have happened. But yeah, he could have done better in qualifying.
That being said, he did
do well in the race
that he needed to do, right? Like,
yeah,
so
yeah, he maximized. He got the best. He got the best result, but then again, he just needs. If he qualifies better, he doesn't have to put himself in a dangerous situation. And then
wait, didn't he fall behind during the race? Wasn't he like 10th or 11th at one point, and then he got back up?
Maybe I don't remember.
Maybe
I don't remember. Maybe he was. Then maybe that's
if I remember correctly, he dropped behind and then he recovered everything and he finished third. So he's very far behind Max, though. He's 20 seconds behind almost.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a 7.
7?
Yeah.
I don't think it's as good as Max. I think it's as good as Hamilton. 7 for me. Yeah, agree?
Yeah.
Easy. All right. McLaren, Lando Norris. Tough. Tough.
How do you...
Made Q3. 8th. Finished... Where did he finish? Finished 7th. Decent. The car didn't seem as good this weekend. I think it's probably a solid 7 as well.
Yeah, probably. Started 8th and finished 7th.
Yeah, I think so. Like, great work. It's best I can do. Yeah, agreed. 7.
Yeah, okay.
Daniel Ricciardo started last,
16.
finished 13th. Seemed to go all right, got up to 11th, and then dropped behind the Alphas. So to 13th. I don't know. Look, I don't think the car was suited for this track, which makes sense. That being said, he probably should have made it out of Q1, which is pretty bad, and probably could have made Q3 then. And look, should be at least close to Norris. And when I say close, I mean like within a 10th. I don't know what the gaps was.
Last, though.
Pardon?
He
did start last, but look, he finished 13th, right?
Yeah.
And he's in a McLaren. He finished in front of Tsunoda, which we've talked about. He's not doing very great. Finished behind the Williams, which are far less superior cars. Finished behind Alonso, who had a penalty and spun around, was at the back. And finished behind Vettel, who went on to medium tyres. So it's like, see you later.
Yeah.
And then finished by the Haas's, which are just, unfortunately, not very great this season.
And did a pretty shit
and was
in
beaten by the Alfa Romeos, which are the second worst car or second worst car in this season. Both Alphas. So I think it's like a 5.
Yeah.
Should have got out of Q1.
Maybe even lower because quali was really
Quali was very bad.
to
McLaren should never probably be out of Q1 at this stage, especially since he's won a race this season. 5 or 4?
I'm going to give it a 4.
4?
Yeah.
Andrea?
Yeah, 4.
Okay. I said 5, but you overruled me. 4. Done.
4.25.
No. Leclerc started, where did he start? 4th, finished 4th, did well in those tyres. the radio between his engineer. How long can I stay on these tyres? Or like, can I stay on these tyres? Yes. If I stay on these tyres, where are we going to finish? Well, if you can hold Bottas behind, you finish first.
Yeah, that was...
Really? Really? Wow, is that how
that.
it works? Yeah, anyway, whatever. It's just miscommunication, which was funny. But the idea was if I maintain this consistency, what's my estimated finishing position, which I think was probably 4th, and he finished 4th, so he did pretty well. I mean,
started 4th, finished 4th.
Decent performance. I think it's probably like a 7 or an 8.
6, 7.
Yeah.
I'm going to give a 7.
7's fair, I think.
7 it is. Science. 9.
Oh, that's a bit much. Like,
no, it's not, because he took an engine penalty and he had to take an engine penalty, and he came 8th.
Where did he start?
He started second last, 19th, because of the engine penalty. No fault of his own. Made it out of Q1 as well. Cost Daniel Ricciardo. I think he did great. I think he gets a 9. That was a great performance. I think it's the same as Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Sorry. I'm just like, don't touch science. He's good. All right. So do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? Or you
I can live with a 9. Yeah, I can live with a 9.
Yeah, 8 or 9. Yeah, definitely.
I'm giving him a 9. Agreed?
Yeah.
Fernando. What a stupid guy, Alonso. What do you think of Fernando Alonso? Oh, he qualified well. Qualified 5th?
Yeah.
6th, thank you. Finished very poorly. Finished 16th.
He qualified way in front of Ocon.
100%.
6th. Ocon is 12th.
Yeah, did really very well. What was the difference between Q1 or Q2 times? Alonso was a 23.9. Ocon was a 24.8. Yeah, so almost a full second ahead. 9 tenths. Yeah, massive difference.
Yeah, 8.
Look, I know he loves that position, but he put himself in a compromised position at lap 1 around the outside, which is fair enough. Like, you try it, you got to risk it to win. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off. So I commend his risking, but didn't pay off. So tough. It is what it is.
I don't know. 6.
6 or 5?
He did really good in quality though. And after he got spun around, he didn't really
hence why I'm
places.
thinking a 6, because he got spun around, then spun Mick Schumacher around, and then kind of was nowhere for the rest of the race. Couldn't overtake Russell. I remember hearing that Russell and Alonso were fighting. That was probably just, fun. But yeah, couldn't overtake him. So I think it's a 6 or a 5. I'm leaning towards a 5.
I think a 6 is fair considering where he qualified.
6?
Yeah, he did very well in quali, so.
All right, 6 it is. Ocon, terrible qualifying, fantastic race. Staying on those tyres the whole race and managing them. 6 for me. I know. Yes, Same score as him. You're like, what are you talking about? But he went the whole bloody race without pitting. That is so dangerous. And if it didn't pay off, I'd give him a 0. But but it did pay off, and he managed to get a point.
Honestly, I will go higher than 6. I will say 7. Yeah, sure. The quali
7?
was shit. Yeah, the quali was absolute
6 is the
garbage.
highest for me. His qualifying was terrible, but his race was great.
Yeah, the quali was shit. But
6 is the highest for me.
Really? I would have considered less than.
You want to give him a 5?
Okay.
Yeah, look, I can give him a
6
5.
then.
I'd give him a 5. But I feel like he gets the same grade as Alonso. Because Alonso did great in qualifying and then screwed up his race. Ocon did terrible in qualifying, but did fantastic in the race. So I feel like it's balanced out. They both get a 6 for me.
I guess, I was coming from this side that, the position, he gained 2 positions because his grid position was 12th, even though he qualified. I think he qualified. Yeah, so he qualified 12th, started 12th, and he gained 2 positions overall, right, at the end of the race.
True. Okay. Okay. Yeah, only 2 positions. Fair enough.
And one of the people in front of him was Vettel, and I believe
he went into mediums. So yeah, that was free, and that was Sonoda as well. That's free probably as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things.
All right, you agreed. 5. I'm going with a 5.
5. All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm just like, okay, fine.
I mean, sure.
We're totally qualified to give these people ranks, but yes.
Yeah, I know, right? But is what it is. Is what it is. All right, Gasly. Pierre Gasly. Man, he's a fit guy. Sorry, I know that's random, but he's super fit, and that's good for him. Whatever. Gasly, where did he qualify? He qualified 5th.
4th,
Fantastic.
5th, went up to 4th, and
finished
obviously
6th.
Started 4th and finished 6th. Yeah.
No, 5th. Started 5th, finished 6th.
Started 4th because of Hamilton's grid penalty.
Apologies. Thank you very much. Do you think he could have beaten Hamilton and Leclerc?
Yeah.
He seemed pacey, but yeah.
He did. He did get the 5-second penalty, which screwed him over.
Which wasn't really his fault.
Yeah, probably shouldn't have been his fault. And if he didn't get that penalty, it likely would have been ahead of Hamilton and probably Leclerc. So would have finished 4th.
Yeah, at least in terms of pit stops, at least he should have, if he didn't have that 5-second penalty, Hamilton should have come out behind him theoretically.
Do you think it was as good as Hamilton, Perez, Norris, and Leclerc, who all got a 7? Do you think it was as good as a drive, better or worse?
I think his quality was pretty good. So his race was good. So if you were to rate them separately, I would give his race maybe a 6, and then what are you on about? No, I can't say that. No, that's not right. No, I would give his race a 7, and I would give his quality an 8.
Okay, 8 it is. I'll go the higher. I'll round up. 8 for me.
8.
8?
Good. Yeah.
We all agree with 8?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't agree. 7. Sorry. I think it's
too late. I agree with 8. Halsey agrees with 8.
Fine, it's 8. Sonoda, 5 or 4. 4 probably. Poor guy. Where did he qualify? He qualified. Oh no, he made it Q3. All right, he made Q3, so it's not as bad as Ricardo. So Q3, who got a 4? Sonoda.
He was also very close to Stroll on Q3.
Yeah. Finished 14th. I'll give him a 5. I'm going to give him a 5. What do you guys think?
Started 10th.
Do you think it was? Do you think his drive was as good as Ocon's?
No.
No.
So 4.
He lost places.
Yeah, he did.
He lost 4 places.
He lost quite a few
and
places.
most of those places weren't like, oh, this guy just spun out and lost it. It was like I raced them and lost it. So I think it's
fair point. All right, 4 from me then. 4.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Great, cool. Vettel. Tried the strategy. Where did he qualify? He qualified 11th.
11th. So.
Started 10th because of Hamilton's penalty.
9, so
finished 18th because he went on to the mediums, which was his team and his call.
I think it's another 3 or 4 there.
Yeah, I think it's a 4.
Yeah.
No, probably a 3. Shouldn't have made the call.
He got out qualified.
I mean, good on him for trying it, but unlucky.
And he also spun, didn't he? If I remember correctly.
I don't think he spun.
Oh no, he spun on the mediums. My bad. Yeah. Or like.
Going back into the pits, yeah.
3 or 4?
3.
Yeah, I want to go with 3. That was
3. It is. Okay, Stroll. Sorry, I'm speeding this up. Stroll.
He
qualified
9th.
9.
He finished 9th. That's a
Well,
solid performance.
he started 8th. He started 8th and he
finished 9th.
So he lost.
But that was Hamilton. So Hamilton was bound to overtake.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's
so
a 6 or 7 from me. He did pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, 5 or 6, I would say.
6.
Pretty average. 6.
Yeah.
Yep, 6 it is. Okay, cool. Well done, Stroll. George Russell. He qualified 13th. Kind of expected. 15th. And finished 15th. Didn't hear much about him. Didn't see much about him. Still in a Williams, which is the 3rd worst car. So if he is anything above 15th, that's good. And he was 13th.
Yeah, qualified his teammate by a lot, but didn't win by that much.
By 6 tenths.
A couple of places.
By 6 tenths to Latifi. But we kind of expect that from Mr. Saturday, don't we?
Yeah.
I hate that.
I think it's a 6 or 7. It's hard to rate.
I don't know. Honestly, I think it's lower because he lost places. And sure, one was Daniel Ricciardo and the other one was
Carlos
Sainz. And they're in better cars.
Yeah. I think, okay, so this is my thinking. I'm thinking Russell 6, Latifi 5.
Yeah, Alonso behind.
But mind you, it's hard. Like, it's a hard car.
Is it though? Like,
it's the 3rd worst car on the grid.
No, the Haas is like.
It's the 3rd worst. Haas, Alfa Romeo, Williams. 8th best. I'll say it like that.
Is it Alfa Romeo?
Look at the points.
Yeah, I don't think that the points say that much. Though,
I think it says it massively, guys. I think you guys are both high. Like,
listen. In Spa, like George Russell took like
on 2nd place. The car's decent and he's phenomenal. So yes.
I know. Well, he's phenomenal, but what did Latifi do in Spa? Where did he qualify?
Well, mate, we're moving on. Come on. I'm thinking Russell 6, Latifi 5. Yes or no?
Yeah,
Russell 6, Latifi 5. Yeah.
Done. All right, Russell 6. Latifi didn't see much yet, but good on you. 5.
That being said, no. Let's come back to the point that you're about that Williams being a good car.
No. Raikkonen.
That's like saying, no. That's like saying Alonso. That Ferrari that Alonso drove was a good car when he was a piece of shit. That drove like understeered when it wanted to, and then like oversteered when it wanted to. So and like Massa was nowhere when he was right. Like when like Alonso was doing great with it, and Massa was like nowhere. So
yeah, but we're in 2021, man, not 2012. See you later. 6 and 5.
Switch the numbers around. It's the same thing.
So what do you want to give Russell and Latifi?
Mercedes is the worst car.
Stop. You're not coming back. So what do you want to give Russell and Latifi, mate?
Latifi 5, Russell 6.
So as we said,
I can live with it. It's not. It's okay. But like, I would give Latifi probably maybe Latifi.
We need in betweens, like 5.74.
No. 5 points. Yeah, no, because we'll have infinite decimal places knowing us.
Yes,
No.
it's more precise.
No, what metric?
Isn't Formula
What
One a
units are
sport
we
of
using?
precision?
It's subjective. All right, moving on, please. Kimi Raikkonen.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Kimi Raikkonen. Where did he qualify? Did he beat Giovinazzi? He didn't. He qualified 19th. And then he finished 12th. Not a bad progression, I guess. You know, both Haas made good progression in the race. They qualified. All right, let's rate both. No, not Haas, sorry. Alfa Romeo. Let's rate both Alphas. Giovinazzi 18th, Raikkonen 19th, qualifying. Giovinazzi 11th, Raikkonen 12th, race. Decent. Both get a 6 from me.
I think Giovinazzi. Oh yeah, like I think if he had one more lap, he would have maybe gone up to a 7 for me. Like, according to the team radios, Alpha made a mistake. They didn't tell Giovinazzi that that it was the last lap, so he spent like the whole last lap charging up his battery to try and attack an Ocon, which didn't obviously happen.
So bad. All right, 6 and 6.
Yeah, I guess
it's hard to rate. Don't see much of them, unfortunately. And a shame because Kimi's only got 6 races left. Good old Kimi Raikkonen.
Do you think he's going to come back like Alonso did?
No, he's not. He's done.
Done, that's it.
100%. He's out.
I don't think he really
doesn't care anymore.
Fire for it.
He hasn't cared for years.
Yeah, I don't think.
Or he puts that persona on that he doesn't care.
Maybe he does. Yeah, like
I think he does care. Like it definitely.
No one really knows the true Kimi though. Like at least in the F1 community.
Yeah. He's pretty. Yeah, he's pretty like not antisocial. What's the word? Introverted like that. Just like I'm with my family. That's it. I don't care. Go away. Which I love. It's great. Yeah, I think he's done. He loves what he does, but he's like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm going to spend time with my family and whatever he does. Okay, 6 and 6. Okay, Mick Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin. So I'll rate Mazepin first. Finished last. Rough. Blocked Hamilton.
Started last.
Rough. Well, started last.
Qualified last.
Big difference between Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. Like almost 3 seconds difference. That being said, we'll see when we rate Schumacher's. He did pretty well. Probably a 4 from me for Mazepin. Same as Tsunoda.
Yeah.
Or a 3 actually because of that block. Because that was pretty dangerous. I mean, he seems like he's improving, but this weekend, Mick Schumacher smashed him, and we know that car is by far the worst, and we can see the differential. We can see the difference. So yeah, a 3 maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Wow, they has qualified many cars. You qualified Ricardo.
We're on Mazepin. We're not on Schumacher. Slow down.
Yeah, well, we said 4. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, no, we said 3.
3. Well, we said 3. Let's move on.
Okay. Mick Schumacher got spun around at the start.
I qualified many cars this weekend.
14 made Q2. That's like at least a 7 for me because that's incredible.
Yes.
Got spun round. Not his fault. Probably would have lost those positions. Let's be real. But got spun round. Managed to recover and beat his teammate.
Yeah, that's true. Like
7 or 8.
You see, there's a significant gap down from Mazepin at some point. Like,
yeah, he was
a good 20 or something seconds down,
and managed to make it up.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's really weird how the assets are always very far apart. Like they're always at the bottom, but they're very spread apart. And sometimes Mazepin is on top. Sometimes
more often Schumacher's on top. Sometimes Mazepin is though.
Yeah, but they're always very spread out. It's
I don't know. Look,
they're
I don't
never like
the
4 seconds 4 seconds apart. They're always like I don't know.
I did notice that they were battling a little bit during the race. I saw on the little track layout icon where the little dots of the cars and the 2 white cars were like miles behind everyone else, and they were close together. So,
but I guess that comes down to like if you consider where both those drivers came from, like Schumacher wasn't really rated until like his second season of F2. Like everyone was hoping there was something coming about, but he really kind of
won the
blossomed
championship.
around his second season, right? And Mazepin, no one really rated anything. Like
he won a few races.
Nobody expected him to arrive.
But it's kind of like the that is cash thing, right?
Yeah, because the thing is, there are tons of like drivers that have won F2 races. Doesn't mean you get into F1. Like that doesn't mean you're F1 caliber. Like it's just a different league.
Well, yeah, fair point. Well, I think it's either a 7 or an 8.
Yeah,
I'm leaning towards an 8 because he's probably won't get an 8 again, and that was like Q2. How do you beat? Like he beat like Raikkonen and Giovinazzi. Okay, I can kind of see that. Latifi, sure, but Ricciardo, and he beat Sainz.
Well, Sainz got an engine. Like
no, but he beat him in Q. I think he qualified 14th, and Sainz was 15th in Q1. I think.
Oh no. Mick is almost 4 times behind. In Q1.
Yes, apologies. You are correct. Thank you.
So yeah, Sainz doesn't.
But he beat Ricciardo, and he beat Latifi. You probably should have beaten him, and Giovinazzi and Raikkonen.
Ricciardo also had an issue with the strategy, didn't he?
That being said, it's a McLaren versus a Haas.
That's true. Yeah. The thing is, like the issue with like rating Mick there is that you're rating him based on his result, but at the same time, his result is due to stuff like track evolution. Like the reason Ricciardo lost out is also because his lap was a bit
early.
Reason.
True.
Yeah, is the exact same reason that Schumacher, like Mick, won out. If that makes sense, like it worked.
But he still managed to put himself in that position. The team put him in that position too. Look, it's a 7 or an 8. Let's settle it.
I want to go with a 7 because at the end of the day, yes, it's still a Haas though. Like, and he also
okay.
So
I'm going with 7.
7, okay.
Well, no, what were you gonna say? No,
I was gonna say 8. Yeah, I think it's a Haas. So like, it's even if somebody gets a good score in that car, then
that is true. Yeah,
better one.
Let's be fair.
An 8.
We are rating the driver, not the car.
Okay, there we go.